I've been reading a lot of fan theories that have been coming on YouTube and on the internet.
In Lokah Chapter 1, we saw a cameo appearance of Ahana Krishna.
And most of them, I think they've cracked a lot of stuff.
And I guess she might be playing the role of...
Don't say that.
No.
The success of Lokah Chapter 1, along with the teaser drop of Chapter 2, has created a massive wave of discussion, fan theories and excitement. But what if the Lokah universe isn't expanding at all, but waking up what's already here?
क्या तुम जानते हो जिसे तुम लोग मिथ और इतिहास समझते हो वो वास्तव में होते हैं?
What happens when the heroes and monsters you thought were myths are actually gearing up for a war? You think you know the key players, but the fantasy might just be too close to the reality. In the previous videos, we have already looked into the darkness, exploring the twisted tales of the shape-shifting Odiyan, the trickster Chathan, and the wrath of Neeli. And we have even touched upon the quiet wisdom of Moothon and the mysterious celestial power of Ishtar. But the Lokah universe is vast, and the dark forest of Kerala Folklore holds many more secrets.
I've been reading a lot of fan theories that have been coming on YouTube and on the internet. And most of them, I think they've cracked a lot of stuff.
Don't say that.
No.
And in this video, we'll delve into decoding the next phase of this epic universe, introducing the deeper, darker forces that could fundamentally shift the balance of this universe. We have a long list of figures to explore, so stick with us as we break down their true powers, their legendary origins, and how every single one of them could play a key part in the Lokah universe. Starting with the first character, Kathanar, the Sorcerer-Priest. Kathanar is a village priest who knows the old ways and the new prayers. By day, he looks like any other man of the church. Simple clothes, calm eyes, a careful smile. By night, he is the person you call when the rules of the world start to bend. They say he can trap a curse inside a glass bottle. He writes a verse on a palm leaf, ties it with a red thread, and seals the mouth with wax. If the wax sweats on its own, everyone steps back. They know something angry is inside. Kathanar's story is not one of divine miracles, but of harsh circumstances. In his youth, he was named Paulos and was a poor orphan whose life was violently interrupted in the 9th century. He was reportedly captured and taken into the dense, dark forest by a powerful sorcerer. He didn't just study magic, he was forced to survive by internalizing the most esoteric and forbidden knowledge, learning not just how to read ancient spells, but how to command the very demons they summon. Yet, Kathanar returned not as a villain but as a protector. He became the shield for his village, the divine weapon aimed squarely at the spirits that preyed on the innocent. In the Lokah universe, Kathanar is the mind in the storm, and his greatest power isn't in simple destruction but in binding and controlling these terrifying entities, something he does with Chandra and later with Michael and Charlie. He is a close confidant of Moothon, as seen in this image where Moothon gives him the scepter, which we later see in the same scene with Chandra, and has been tasked to find and exorcise, or in this context, control other super beings so they can be used as allies. Kathanar is not here to fight monsters, he is here to restore balance, and balance in this supernatural world is the greatest magic of all. Moving on to the next character, Maadan. Born not of magic but of raw, untamed human rage and suffering, Maadan, often known specifically as the Changala Maadan, is the restless, vengeful spirit of a man killed while bound in heavy iron chains. People say Maadan watches the edges of things, the edge of a field, the edge of a village, the edge of a promise. Maadan isn't some ethereal wisp. It is often described as a towering, giant-like entity whose presence is announced by the deafening, rhythmic clanking of iron as it patrols cremation grounds and lonely village paths at night. His lore is clear. If you cross his path, you must never look back or face a badness far worse than death. But here is the twist. The Maadan, for all its terror, is not inherently evil. Certain powerful sorcerers have the ability to invoke the Maadan, often with offerings like toddy and a rooster's cry, to protect their homes and ward off other malevolent spirits. He is quick-tempered, yes, but not cruel. He punishes to teach, not to destroy. If you make amends, he cools down and balance returns. In the Lokah universe, Maadan will plausibly be the street-level guardian, the ultimate volatile asset. He is considered a chaotic neutral force, but his power is tempting to exploit. His rage and history of injustice make him an easy target for Ishtar's sinister side. Antagonists could use his anger, perhaps by promising vengeance or freedom from his chains, to turn him into a weapon of mass destruction. If Moothon sides were to gain his temporary alliance, it would only be through a powerful binder like Kathanar, who is capable of forcing him into service as a dangerous wildcard. But if the Maadan is the sound of heavy iron, our next figure is the silent, beautiful predator, the terrifying, elegant Marutha, specifically the Marutha. Where the Yakshi is often a generalized term, the Marutha is a specific vampiric siren of devastating beauty. The Marutha does not rely on fear, she relies on seduction. She appears as a woman of mesmerizing beauty and charm, using her allure to target lonely, usually male travelers specifically. She will engage them, charm them, and lead them away from safety, only revealing her true hideous form, complete with bloodshot eyes and terrifying fangs, in the final moments before she feeds. She is a blood-sucking ghoul who introduces a layer of psychological horror that few other spirits possess. But the most chilling detail about the Marutha is her deception. She walks with her footprints reversed. If you were tracking her in the mud or dust, you would be convinced she was walking away from you when she's actually standing right behind you. This power of concealment and misdirection is her signature weapon. The Marutha is clearly the infiltrator and psyop specialist. Her dual nature makes her the perfect high-level asset for any faction aiming for secrecy and manipulation. Due to her chaotic and predatory nature, her alignment is almost guaranteed to be with the more sinister side, likely serving Ishtar. She would be invaluable in turning human assets against Moothon's team, gathering secrets under the guise of charm, or carrying out assassinations in locations where brute force would fail. In Lokah Chapter 1, we saw a cameo appearance of Ahana Krishna, and I guess she might be playing the role of Marutha in future chapters. Now we introduce a figure whose power is elemental and devastating, Kannaki. She is a heroine of the ancient epic, worshipped as the goddess Patini Devi. Kannaki's legend is one of the ultimate justified rage. After her innocent husband was wrongfully executed, her grief transformed into a cosmic destructive fury. She cursed the city of Madurai, burning it to the ground before ascending into the heavens from Kerala. Kannaki is the literal embodiment of divine justice. She would be the ultimate judge and wrecking ball, aligned absolutely with Moothon's righteous side. However, her goal isn't diplomacy. It is the annihilation of any faction that commits a grievous act of injustice. Her power is immense, making her arrival signal cosmic-level consequences. Next, we look at the duo of deities who are inseparable in folklore, Pottan and Gulikan. Pottan is a powerful aspect of Shiva, often appearing as a fool to test the morality of others, while Gulikan is a powerful deity associated with death and justice. They are frequently seen together in the powerful Theyyam rituals. This duo functions as the moral arbiters and vigilantes. Their actions are always rooted in justice, making them natural allies for Moothon. Pottan would be the guiding voice, while Gulikan would be the swift executioner. Their presence would introduce the idea that some powers in the universe are ancient, divine, and cannot be controlled by mortal sorcery or technology. From the deities, we step back into pure monster horror with the Thendan. This creature's territory is the dark expanse of the paddy fields. The Thendan is described as a giant-like with huge bloodshot eyes and massive teeth. Its terrible power is triggered by one thing: eye contact. If you look at the Thendan in the eyes, it will pursue you relentlessly until it can devour you. It is a primitive, purely predatory entity. It is motivated by instinct and territory, making it easy to manipulate. It would likely be exploited by Ishtar's side, possibly as a guardian for a remote stronghold or a tool to thin the ranks of Moothon's human allies. Next is a figure who brings a different kind of danger, the Gandharvan. These are cursed celestial beings, handsome and charismatic, who are trapped roaming the earth. He is also intrinsically linked to the Yakshis, often described as their consort, residing in the powerful Pala tree. The Gandharvan serves as both the manipulative agent and the distraction. His power to ruin human lives makes him a natural ally for the sinister side of Ishtar. He is the perfect tool for psychological warfare, using emotional destruction to take out key human characters or allies of Moothon. Finally, we have one of the most unique and regionally specific entities, the Kappiri Muthappan. This silent, watchful spirit is associated with the Fort Kochi and the Mathancheri areas. The lore states that colonial families would bind the spirit to their buried treasure before sailing away. The Muthappan's sole purpose is to watch the treasure, ensuring it is never touched. The Kappiri Muthappan is the ultimate neutral watchman and objective guardian. He is almost completely disinterested in the main conflict unless the fight threatens his treasure. His role would be to introduce a high-risk side quest, forcing the characters to either bypass or respectfully appease him, proving that not every obstacle is a clear friend or foe. So there you have it. The deeper you look into Kerala's folklore, the more you realize the Lokah Universe is preparing for a true mythological war. Every myth we have discussed is a piece on this colossal chessboard. The question isn't if these legends will clash, but which side will master the most volatile forces of folklore, and whether any hero can survive the sheer scale of the power they will unleash. Which characters segment are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in watching more, check out the first episode of our debut films, the Director's Playbook series featuring Sandeep Reddy Vanga's Arjun Reddy right here. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.